Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash. We're going to talk some potential price targets, where Bitcoin Cash is heading. Of course, we're going to talk some fundamentals, what Bitcoin Cash is all about, what makes it unique. Is it a resilient coin? Survived few bear markets. But we'll talk about the Bitcoin Cash in a minute. Um, First, we're going to talk about traditional markets such as S&P 500 because they are very much correlated to the Bitcoin chart. And let's just start with the godfather of all coins, which is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin chart determines where the whole crypto market is going to go. As I've told you guys, everything has been playing out so far so good. And in my personal opinion, of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. I've told you that Bitcoin will reach price of around 97, 98,000. But in my personal opinion, we're heading for a correction because, as you can clearly see, from prices of around 66,000 all the way to 90, 97, 98,000, we haven't had any correction, nothing but upside momentum. So nothing goes in a straight up line. So pretty much we had over 50% on the upside. Of course, that signals that we're in a raging bull market, and some of the altcoins will outperform Bitcoin in the immediate short term. But first, I think we're heading for a correction. We'll go and test this previous resistance line that we've tested as resistance at its previous all-time highs in April and November of 2021. We also had another test at price of around 73,000 this year, beginning of March of 2024. We snapped out of it this November a few weeks ago, and from that moment on, we've been in an exponential growth. So I've told you my personal opinion. We'll go and test price of around 97, 98,000, and we're gonna drop to price of around 80, 82, 80, 82, 85,000. We're gonna test this previous yearly resistance. We're gonna turn it into support, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend. And by the end of the year, early next one, by January, I'm not gonna be surprised if Bitcoin then will hit price of above 109,000, and then perhaps we're gonna have a huge correction to shake off some weak hands, and then we're gonna find the bottom, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend on the upside. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. Let's see how it's gonna go. But so far, so good. If you've been following my channel, I've been nothing but right, especially here at price of around 70,000 since I launched my channel. I've told you we're gonna drop below price of 60,000, and then we're gonna have a final wash off to shake off all the weekends, and we're gonna test potentially prices below 50,000. That's exactly what we did. How did I know all that? Because S&P 500 was already correcting, and it was healthy for the overall bull trend to have a correction, and that's what we had. We had an ABC correction between the period middle of July till beginning of August. We had 10% on the downside, ABC regular correction, nothing more than the. It wasn't anything extraordinary that I haven't seen before, and I've told you a V-shaped recovery. I mean, you can turn back some of my videos, guys. I think my very first video was a V-shaped recovery. You can turn it back, you see everything is there, and we almost start hitting all-time high prices at around 5,660. And then I've told you guys it will be healthy for the overall trend to actually come back to this previously resistance line, tested twice as resistance, and we turn it back. We turn it into support, and then we had the continuation of the trend and start hitting prices of above 6,000, as I've told you. Of course, now we're having a little bit of a pullback, and especially here at its previous local top at price of around 5,850. And what did I tell you guys? I don't think this correction will last long. This we'll find the bottom at price of around 5,800, 5,850, and then we're gonna have the continuation of the trend on the upside. And I'm not gonna be surprised if by the end of the year, early next one, we're gonna start hitting price of above 6,250. But why? Because in the process we actually formed a reverse head and shoulders, as you can clearly see, and measure from the head to the bottom. The price target should be above 6,250, and potentially we can even go and test this resistance line, and we can potentially go and hit prices of above 6,600. Of course, that will bring some of the Bitcoin chart and some of the altcoins through the roof. And first, as I've said, correction and then upside momentum. But let's just talk about the Bitcoin Cash and how exactly my personal opinion is going to play out. At the time of recording, the market capitalization for Bitcoin Cash is around 10 billion. And I've told you guys, once Bitcoin start hitting all-time high, some of the altcoins will outperform. And that's what we're seeing with the Bitcoin Cash. Especially here, let's say from November, we almost doubled. We almost double from the beginning of the month to now. We've almost double in market capitalization and in price. And what do I anticipate for Bitcoin Cash? So at its all-time high, we reached market capitalization of around 65 billion. Is it possible to have 6x from here and take out this market capitalization previous all-time high? I think potentially it can happen. I'll give you again an example with Dogecoin, BNB, and some of the other chains that reach market capitalization of 100 billion. Is that possible for Bitcoin Cash to do? I think potentially we can do that. Why? Because once we hit, if we go and let's say 6s from here and go a market capitalization of around 65 billion, then we're going to have a price discovery and then we're going to have uncharted territory. Perhaps we can double in price and we can go above 100 billion, and that will 100, perhaps 110, 120 billion if we double, and that will make a price for one Bitcoin Cash of around $6,000. Of course, is that absolutely definitely will happen? No, of course not. Anything can happen. Bitcoin Cash go to zero as well. So always be level-headed, be open-minded, and do your diligence and make your own research, because this is not a financial advice. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that, in my personal opinion, not a financial advice, Bitcoin Cash has more upside momentum, and we can potentially go and test prices and reach market capitalization of above 100 billion and Bitcoin Cash price for 6,000. But why? I'll give you a chart analysis and I'll tell you. But we can also discuss what Bitcoin Cash is all about. It's a fork from Bitcoin. I remember in 2017 when it came out, and the price of one Bitcoin at the time was around $3,000. I remember in 2017. Bitcoin Cash is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that aims to become sound global money with fast payments, micro fees, privacy, and larger block size. As a permissionless, decentralized cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Cash requires no trusted third parties. I mean, if you can say Bitcoin is store of value, Bitcoin Cash is just electronic cash system, which it can be quite useful. So, yeah, let's see how it's gonna play out. Let's just talk about the chart analysis and where Bitcoin Cash potentially can end up. As I've said, right now we are in a cusp of breaking out of this huge triangle pattern, setting up lower highs and higher lows from here. So in 2018, December of 2018, we reached $73. We never actually went below 73 again. And now this is a huge triangle pattern. And if we break out on the upside, measured from the top to the bottom, the price target should be prices of around $6,000 I mean, this is a huge triangle pattern, and in my personal opinion, first I'd like to see to take out this local top that we formed in April and March of 2024 this year, price of around $700. If we go and take out this price target of above $700, potentially go $750, we'll come back, test this previous local top as support, and then slowly but surely go and take out this local top in May of 2021 at price of around 1,640, perhaps consolidate for a few weeks, and then we're gonna go and try to take out its previous all-time high price of around 4,000 at around $4,400, and potentially, if we snap out of it, we can quickly go to $6,000 for Bitcoin Cash. Of course, that's not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to get my crypto guidebook, and my other book, The Art of Chart Analysis, over 70 pages filled with very useful information of how to become a sophisticated trader, gain quite a lot of knowledge in the art of chart analysis. With that subscription in Patreon, of course, comes exclusive content with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there, 50x, 100x potential. Of course, not a financial advice. So yeah, I think I provide quite a lot of value in my Patreon. So and plus, you can show me that you really support my work. Once again, guys, thank you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.